Good morning. It's one of those mornings where it's like crispy cold outside and you just do not want to get out of bed. I must. So I'm running an event in January, a wellness workshop, which is just going to be about positive mindsetting to helping you with your fitness goals. And I am just doing a lot of work ready for that. I've got 2 months and I'm a last minute person, and I don't want to leave it to last minute because it will make me feel sick. So but I've wanted to do this for a really long time, and it's one of those things where you have to fight the fear and do it anyway, otherwise I just won't ever do it. And I just don't want to get to the end of my life having regretted the things I've wanted to do and not done because I was scared they weren't going to work. And I guess this is just a note for anyone, you know, if it doesn't work, it will feel horrendous and I'll feel awful and it will make me cry, and I can either let that stop me trying again, or I can just pick myself up and try again. And I think that's so important, because it's like, I don't think that Richard Branson got to where he got because it all worked out the first time. Like, no, that's not true. Here's a note to say, fight the fear and do it anyway, little cherubs. The whole point of this video was because I thought what I would do is, I had a weekend of indulgences, which meant I went out with friends on Saturday night and I had a few gin and tonics, because I know, believe it or not, I am above age. I know I look under 18, but you know, I'm like actually nearly 33. So, which I actually look right now because I look like Gollum. So, and then yesterday I had, what did I have? I had like a sort of big sort of fry up breakfast, and then I had pizza. So, and then I had ice cream, and I thought back in the day this would have stressed me out and I'd have been all guilty and feeling horrendous and would have assumed that my whole body was just gonna get really large because I ate some food, and I would have literally been so depressed today. And then I would have also been like, do you know what, screw it, I ate unhealthy yesterday, so I'm gonna eat unhealthy today. Like, what's the point? I've ruined everything. And I find it really difficult that that is like where my mind would have gone, because it's like I would just eat normal today. But I know that it's like, it's a bit of a brain fart, and I know when you're in that scenario, that is all that makes sense. And I wonder whether it's that we like over rationalize, like we want to eat the unhealthy stuff, so it's like one of those over justifications of like, oh well, I ate yesterday so I've ruined everything, I can't possibly eat good today. I don't know, it's just some food for thought, really, isn't it, guys? So every morning I try, I'm not very good at it, but I try and fill in my diary with what I'm doing and like what I'm grateful for. And honestly, doing that every morning makes me feel, every morning, I try and do it every morning, but when you do it, it makes you feel so good. And if you can make that like a daily practice, I promise, like it really will make everything feel so much, you'll just feel more content. As I feel like when you're grateful, you are like, it brings up happy vibes inside of you, and when there's happy vibes, you want to do more, like you have more get up and go and more ambition to like do all the things you want to do, because you're aware of how lucky you are to just have the ability to do them. So for me, it just puts like this positive happy vibe and puts me in like a good space, and then that allows me to just go and like feel good. Yeah. I'm just making like a big meal. I've got some tofu, some chili mushrooms. Sorry, I'm burping all over the place, which is literally just mushrooms with like this in it. Some chili sauce, and then some edamame beans, and I've got some vegetarian sausages in the grill. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I think they might be done. Why don't I have a tea towel? Where are my tea towels? Oh, it's that. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, I feel like they need a little bit longer. So I'm just going to leave them in there. And yeah, so that is going to be me. And I'll show ya. So I put it into MyFitnessPal, and you've got breakfast, so it's kind of brunch. I wish they'd have a brunch tab, and you can see there 13 grams of carbs, 22 grams of fat, and 46 grams of protein, which that's pretty decent. So when I've had an indulgent weekend, I don't like restrict my food or anything like that. But what you can do is, if you do track, you can just take away maybe 10 or 20% of your normal calories. So if you generally eat 1900 calories, take away 10%, which would be 190 calories, take away 20%, it would be 190 times 2, which is, oh my goodness me, 190 times 2. 380, oh god, I'm awful. I did go to school, I swear. So you could take your food intake down just for like 1, maybe 2 days by anything between 190 and 380 calories. So instead of like 1900, instead of 1900 minus 190, so I could have 1700 calories, or I could be a bit more vigilant and take them down to 15-20. I generally like, so that is literally so that you're just balancing out like a higher calorie intake over the weekend. It's not that you're punishing yourself, you're not trying to restrict yourself. So if 1500 calories seems like a restriction or seems horrendous for 1-2 days, then don't do it. But if you do want balance, like that is what happens. There's times where you don't eat that many calories, and there's times when you eat a lot. The aim is to stay away from severe restriction and starving yourself, and then severe binging and overeating. Whereas for me, I didn't overeat once this weekend. I had quite a few too many gins, and I ate pizza and ice cream yesterday, but I still, my calorie intake wasn't like in the 5,000s for the day. So I will slightly just pull back and balance over the next day or two, probably by maybe like 200 calories. But then I'll have a higher few calorie days again in the week, and it'll just all balance out, because your intake is a continuum. So what you eat on Saturday isn't gonna outdo all of the work, because you're just gonna maybe have a lower calorie day Monday, Tuesday, then you might have a higher calorie day Wednesday, and it just all flows. Which I just find people do really stress about what they do at the weekend. And of course, what people eat at the weekend does sometimes, if you're wanting to be in a deficit and wanting to lose weight, it can outdo your work in the week, definitely. But it doesn't have to, if you know how to balance it. If you don't track and you just are like intuitively eating, you could just make sure that you have a couple of days where you don't have your general treats, like maybe your peanut butter or certain desserts and stuff. And I'm sure for 1 or 2 days, that's like not going to be too hard work. That's not going to be too hard work in terms of like, whereas most people are trying to do it for like on the trot every day, not having peanut butter, not having treats, not having chocolate for like 8 to 12 weeks. That's just not going to get you the results you want long term, because you're most people won't be able to keep that up, and it's not sustainable. So the idea for me that I do is I just have like a treat probably every day. Yeah, so like I'll have some form of treat. And when I say treat, I just mean like slightly less nutritious food, more non-nutritious, that's like definitely more for my soul. So whether it's like dairy-free chocolate or dairy-free ice cream, or I don't know, peanut butter on toast. Yeah, because that feels like a treat, although that is quite nutritious, so you know. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Anyway, I think breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner is ready, so I'm gonna go. Okay, bye. Okay, hello, I'm back. So I'm rubbish. I charged my phone, not my phone, I charged my camera, and I forgot that I was filming a vlog today, but I haven't been doing anything. I've literally been doing a client's pack online, so you didn't miss anything. But I just wanted to show you what we've got for dinner. Jay's got a plate because we've run out of bowls, but it was like a soup mix, like a sweet potato soup mix, and I added chickpeas and lentils for protein, and then tofu on top. So that is dinner.
Thank you.
I'm getting ill, so I've got the worst tickly throat. See guys, don't drink alcohol, because that is what it does to you. Okay, sure. We're gonna go watch Grey's Anatomy now. Okay, bye. So I said to Jay, what was he really craving for dessert? And he was like, a sticky cinnamon bun. And I was like, this is what you're getting. And it is oats, an Alpro chocolate yogurt, some Oreo thins, and a bit of dark chocolate.
Is there some cardboard in it as well?
It does not taste like cardboard.
I'm winding you up.
Is it
nice.
alright?
No, it's alright. Nice.
So, yeah, so even, look how I'm sitting. So even after an indulgent weekend, there is no way I am not having dessert, because dessert is life. So yeah, I'm gonna go and enjoy that now, because I've been waiting for it for ages. Oh, it's got chia seeds in it as well. Okay.